Hey everyone, I hope you're wrapping up week 4 in your papers well. I'd like to take some time to review week 5 content and assignments. You can see here your required readings. You will have a few different topics for this week, including ethics, emotionally focused therapy, and contextual family therapy. You have these 3 articles which are required, and then you can choose one of this grouping. In order to help you better understand concepts in contextual family therapy, we'll also have this resource that will be used for one of the discussions as well. I hope you find it helpful. In terms of media this week, you will have both a video and a podcast. The video will be a representation of use of emotionally focused couples therapy, which I hope you enjoy, and I think it will help you gain a better view of this form of treatment by seeing it in action. For the podcast, you're only required to listen to the first 18 minutes, but as usual, it might be helpful to listen to more. The podcast is all about factors within marriage that might lead to a decline in the marriage, or also factors that might lead to success. Your first discussion of the week will be helpful in preparing for your week 6 paper. You'll need to create a genogram of a past family from your clinical experience. You can review the information from week 3 for reference, but they're included right here as well. The genogram will need to be 3 generations and does not have to be as detailed as your genogram from the week 4 paper, but please use appropriate symbols, include a key, and make sure it's legible. You'll then provide a brief assessment of the family. Be sure to reference sources in this section. And lastly, you'll be reflecting on your experience building the genogram by answering the questions in number 3 of step 3. Some of you may have relevant clinical experience and some of you may not. If you do not have full detail of a family that you worked with to create a genogram from a clinical experience, you can feel free to create some hypothetical information to fill in gaps. And if you do not have any relevant clinical experience, you can use a family from a movie or TV show, or just create a hypothetical scenario. If you choose that option, please be sure to discuss it with me ahead of time, especially because you'll be likely using this information for your paper as well for week 6. So for this discussion, you will be required to post a response to at least one classmate with just what you learned from their post and what you might add. The second discussion for the week will be focused on the emotionally focused therapy video and article, and you'll be answering the following questions here. Make sure you hit all 3 sections for full points and include in-text citations as well as references. Make sure to include a reference for both the article and the video for this post. And you are not required to have a response post for this discussion, though it may be helpful to read through some posts of your classmates to further your learning. For your third discussion this week, you'll be focusing on the podcast regarding marriages. You will be answering the following questions for your post. You will see that you will be referencing an experience with a client. If you do not have relevant clinical experience, please feel free to create a hypothetical scenario. You will see that there is some terminology from contextual family therapy used in the prompts for this post. Please reference the contextual family therapy resource to better understand. And as usual, be sure to include citations and references. You will not be required to have a response post for this discussion, but as usual, might be helpful to read through some of your classmates' posts. Finally, you have your family therapy theory grid for the week. By now, you are all understanding of how to complete the grid. The only thing I want to mention about this is that you will have 2 columns to complete this week. You have the psychodynamic contextual column and the psychodynamic EFT column. So you'll be completing the grid for both. I just wanted to make sure that none of you missed that, because this is the first week that you will have 2. So I would also suggest, sorry, that was my dog whining. I would also suggest taking a look at the integrative paper and genogram, which is due week 6, as it is a major assignment. I'll be posting a video with more detail regarding the assignment sometime this week, so just stay tuned. And as usual, please reach out with any questions, and I hope you enjoy your week.